This is why Jadon Sancho has proved his critics wrong. Before I give you my take, let's listen to one of his critics, Simon Jordan.
Was. I think with Jadon Sancho, he's not a Manchester United player. He's not good enough to play for Manchester United, and that's the underlying problem. And what you're trying to do is squeeze a round peg into a square hole. The best thing they can do is recognise the fact that the player isn't good enough at this level and move him on.
Jadon Sancho completed 13 dribbles, the most in any semi-final. Sancho is no flop compared to players that were in the Manchester United squad like Mason Mount, whose start and performance slips through the radar by the English pundits like Simon Jordan, Dean Sanders, and Scholes. All these pundits have come out and criticized Sancho before his departure from Old Trafford. As the great Thierry Henry says, the mental state is what describes a player like Sancho, which the Dortmund coaching staff has mastered. Unlike Ten Hag, who believes he's a humanoid, that he has to train according to data science every day. He has to really give this kind of performance in training. We've had players before like Eden Hazard, Leon Messi, players who even his own teammates have described them as players who their training does not really describe who these players are in on match days, and you've seen that. You've seen Hazard, you've seen Messi. It depends on their mood, and training session should be something really to relax a player, to really build on some attributes. It shouldn't be really a competition that will really be based on that data science that every day the player has to run this kind of mileage. The player has to run this kind of, he has to perform, he has to eat this kind of way. There's a lot of science in the game, and most of these modern coaches have come with the data science, and it's really ruining and it's killing the exceptional talent that has come out. Ten Hag came out and criticized Sancho for not reaching a certain level in training. And that's what describes what I talked about, the data science in the game that is ruining the exceptionalism of this kind of players. This is why these modern coaches are failing to coach. They base their styles on data science. Players are not humanoids, as described by Harry Redknapp. The great Harry Redknapp said something that the time he was coaching, there was a junior staff, and he asked this junior staff, uh, "Where did you play from? Have you played in a professional football?" It was actually junior staff was 24 years old. That means he either retired early or he has never played football before. And the junior staff, the junior coaching staff was honest and told him, "I've never played football," but he had all this data science with him. How the modern coaches should coach, how a player should run, according to science and analytics. And trading up say that this kind of coaching is ruining the game. I mean, there's a lot of science, like these graduates from university who are coming in to coach the modern game. I wouldn't describe Ten Hag as one of them, but he mentioned something to do with that. And I believe that this sometimes you need for a player like Jadon Sancho, you need to have a guardian like a father like coaching style like the Ancelotti's, Sir Alex Ferguson, Zidane. I mean, coaches who really just manage emotions of these players. I mean, just manage their emotions, their moods, and they'll always give you the results on the field. I truly believe that the Sancho that we saw against PSG reminds me of the 2020 Sancho, who had 17 goals, 16 assists in 32 appearances. And still, I believe it's him right now. With the performance that we saw against PSG, that is the Sancho that we have really been accustomed to watching. All these pundits hating on him should really zip up and watch how what kind of talent that we are witnessing right now. I really pray that he makes it to the Champions League final.